Are you still using pen and paper to collect business-critical data? Did you know that utilizing technology to eliminate paper processes can reduce operating expenses by up to 70%? Digital forms are often used in an application to obtain data, statements, orders, or requests from end users. This information can be collected in a database for further review or analysis. SOTI Snap makes it easy to create multiple forms in an app and provide useful analytics from the data collected. Hello, my name is MJ, and I'm a principal instructor here at SOTI. In this video, we're going to show you how to add multiple forms to your app using SOTI Snap. Let's begin. For this video, we have already created a restaurant app homepage. We're going to add two survey forms to the app. The first form will be to collect customer information, and the second form will be to collect customer meal preferences. We'll create both forms in their default settings first. Then, we'll populate the forms with the desired widgets. We'll also create a hamburger menu so that end users can easily navigate to a particular form. To create a form, click on the Project tab in the left side menu of the SOTI Snap console. Next, click on the plus sign in the top right corner of the project panel. A dialog box will appear in the middle of the screen. Select Form and give the form a name. In this case, we can call the form Customer Information. Next, click Add. You'll now see in the project panel, the Customer Information form has been added along with page 1 of the form. On the mobile canvas, page 1 of the form has been created with the default settings of 2 text boxes with labels and a fully functional Submit button. You can easily add more form pages by clicking on the plus sign near the form name in the project panel and by choosing Page. Note that when you add pages to a form, SOTI Snap conveniently sets up a fully functional navigation system by adding next and back buttons to the appropriate pages. And the Submit button is moved to the last page of the form. Let's name these 2 pages. Hover over page 1 in the projects panel and click on the pencil icon. Highlight the page 1 text and enter identification. Click the check mark to save this name. Follow the same process for page 2 and name it Visit Frequency. Remember to click the check mark when finished or the new name will not be saved. Following the same steps as before, ensure the Project tab is selected in the left side menu. Then click on the green plus sign at the top of the project panel. Select Form and name it Preferences. Click Add. Name page 1 of this form Meal Preferences. Now we have both forms set up in their default settings. So let's customize these pages with various widgets that will allow the end users to input their desired data. First, we will choose the identification page and add a date picker widget as well as text boxes for the end users to enter their information. We've customized this identification page with a date picker along with a name text box and an email text box, which verifies the email format. Now we will go back to the Project tab and choose the Visit Frequency page in order to set up the widgets for this page. Here we have set up radio buttons on the Visit Frequency page. The end users can answer the question of how often they visit by choosing between a few times a week, once a month, or not often. Now that we have customized both pages of the Customer Information form, we will customize the Preferences form. To do this, we'll select the Meals Preferences page in the project panel, and on the mobile canvas, we'll give the end users choices using radio buttons. We will also add a ratings widget to allow the end users to rate their meal choices. Here we have set up the widgets on the Meal Preferences page. The end user can choose between vegetarian, seafood, pasta, meat entree, or other. We've also given the end user a star rating system so they can rate the choices they have available. Now that we've customized both forms, we will need to give the end users a way to navigate to each form. To do this, we will create a hamburger menu with the options to navigate to the desired form or back to the home page. Here we have created the hamburger menu with the home page, customer identification form, and preferences form as selections in the menu. When end users click on one of these selections, we've created navigation actions to take them to the appropriate page. We now have all the parts of the app in place. We have the first form with the 2 pages, the second form with the 1 page, and a hamburger menu to navigate to the desired form. Let's publish this app. Now that we published the app, let's see how it looks on the device. Here you can see we are in the SOTI Snap multi-form app on the home page. Tap on the hamburger menu in the top left corner of the page and choose the customer identification form. Let's fill out the form with information. Select the date, enter the name, and input the email. You can see that the app looks to validate the email address and prompts the user if it's invalid. Let's input the valid email address and click Next. Let's select the frequency and click Submit. The form is now reset and is ready for the next entry. Once you submit the form, the connected device will send the data collected from the form to the SOTI Snap server. Tap on the arrow in the top left corner and then tap the hamburger menu. Next, choose the Preferences form. Let's fill in the information. I'd like to have seafood today, so let's select that. Let's rate the meal choice and click Submit. Once you have your app published and end users are using your form, SOTI Snap gathers the information and provides you with analytics of the data collected from the forms. For this example, we have filled the forms out on other devices to add more data to the server. To view this, click on the hamburger menu in the top left corner of the SOTI Snap console. Select the Apps tab. Find your app in the list, and in the Actions column, click on the 3 dots. Next, in the drop-down menu, select Report. Here you can see in the Summary section the charts highlighting the data. The tabs allow you to switch between the forms you've created in the app. If you want to see the finer details of the data, you can click on the Details section where you'll see the records of all the end users who have filled out the forms. And that's it. In just a few minutes, I've shown you how to add multiple forms to your app using SOTI Snap, so you can start digitally collecting business-critical data, eliminating paper processes, and significantly reducing your operational expenses. Thank you for tuning in. Click subscribe to get the latest updates. To learn more about how the SOTI One platform reduces the cost, complexity, and downtime of your business-critical mobile and IoT operations, visit SOTI.net.